event to say thank you to you. I always like to start by asking people to just briefly turn to your right and left and introduce yourselves. But the only problem is once we start that, it's really hard to get everybody back. So when we do it, be prepared to be shushed and then come right back. So 1 minute of a quick hello to everybody. Tonight I want to talk about three things. One is what's going on at the Freelancers Union. How can you get more involved? And by taking a moment to talk about how this year has been, and I don't mean 10, but really about the last year, and it's been a pretty rough year. Like many of you, I have heroes and heroines. Mine, of course, is Eleanor Roosevelt, but I have a special place in my heart for somebody that many of you may, in fact, know, a man named Sidney Hillman. Has anyone ever heard of Sidney Hillman? He is my hero because he built our country's first labor banks, labor housing, and in fact modeled the first unemployment insurance system. He did so much I wondered how he even knew where to begin. I was lucky enough to meet his daughter and asked her how could he have figured out all these things, and she said he started by focusing on people's problems. And that's why I started this organization. We had to spend a lot of time explaining the reality of what freelancing is to people, and we found people who got it and became our allies in building. And that got us pretty far. Now we've raised $20,000 in our PAC, and we'll be building our political infrastructure now so that we'll be able to raise much more. We've partnered with candidates to help get them into office, get city council hearings on our issues. The model we built was actually recognized by the New York State Legislature last year and is the only model for health insurance for freelancers anywhere in the country. But now we're at a critical changing point. I see us coming together to be something larger than the sum of our parts, a movement. I want us to have an ongoing conversation about this, one that will grow. It's not just my ideas or your ideas. We need to engage our entire community and our allies in this conversation. Together we are a movement. The movement's mission is to build the next social safety net. And in so doing, we will make freelancing fair. Again, we focus on building the freelancers' power in markets and in politics, but our goal must be broader. About building the safety net, it must not just be for us, it must be for everyone. And that's where institutions come in. I visited New Orleans right after Hurricane Katrina, and one of the things that was completely clear was that the mutual aid associations, the groups, the places where people were already organized were the first to recover because they could articulate what their needs were to the outside world to get exactly what they wanted. And that it really shows that we need to be building these kinds of institutions to articulate what our needs are and to come together. So here is the state of our union, of our institution. Freelancers today, we have 130,000 members. In fact, we have over 132,000 members, which is up 40% from last year. We're in every state, we're in every industry, we're in every age group. Freelancers have access to health insurance, life, dental, disability. We've started our own insurance company, and nearly 100% of members have been renewing year in, year out in this. Part of protecting ourselves is creating a 401k so that we can prepare for our retirement together, so that freelancers don't have to figure out their retirement on their own. What we found this year is that many freelancers would take their retirements from other places and put them so that they would know where they are, because people have been working around from place to place and job to job. Group purchasing actually came out of focus groups of our members when we were talking about retirement. And we thought we kept talking about retirement, and they said, but we actually want to bank together, and so we're forming a credit union, and that's something that we're working on right now. But to really get any of this, we need you.
I've gotten involved for a long time in the Freelancers Union because it's definitely has more impact to be part of a group of over 100,000 people than to try to do something alone. So whether it's testifying in front of the city council or working on behalf of a candidate, if you have a muscle behind you, you're a lot more effective.
Freelance Unions was a real wonderful haven for me. I got laid off after being at a magazine editor for 14 years as a staff position. So an opportunity to sort of transition to the independent world and to be part of what's a much more important group was terrific. So it's been my pleasure, and thanks.
We need your time, your ideas. I haven't been able to walk from here to here without like 10 good ideas that members have had. We need your energy, your support, your willingness to spread the word to your friends. And we need you to tell us how we can help you be your own advocate. So when we send you emails, please read them. And click whatever the link is. Please ask your friends to join and consider making a contribution to our PAC. Stay in touch. You can get in touch with me anytime by emailing me at sarah@freelancersunion.org. So I can't thank you enough for what you've done. We've come so far, and let me just say, we need to give ourselves a huge round of applause.